Hello, my friends. Story time with Mrs. Beth again. Hey, have you ever been anywhere where it's really, really cold? Well, we're going on an adventure today, and I gotta dress warm because we have a story today about Roly Poly, the polar bear, and they live where it's really, really cold, way up north. Let's read it together. Roly Poly. Once upon a time, way up near the top of the world, there lived a polar bear named Roly Poly. He had a father and a mother, but no sister or brother. The bed he slept in was his bed, and his alone. The fish he caught were his fish and his alone. The walrus tooth he played with, his walrus tooth, and it was his alone. Life was grand. It was great. Then one morning, Roly Poly found a perfect stranger sharing his very own bed. "Who is that?" he asked. "A little brother," said his father. "His name is Monty." "A little brother?" said Roly Poly. "But I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." "I know," said his mother, "but we think you will adore him." Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear them. He did not want a little brother. Monty tumbled all over him. "Hey!" said Roly Poly. "Don't do that! I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." He stood up and stormed off. Later, Monty sat on him. "Hey!" said Roly Poly. "Don't do that! I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." He stood up and stormed off again. "I'm coming too," said Monty. Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear him. A little later, Roly Poly caught a fish. He was just about to eat that fish when Monty grabbed it from him. "Hey!" said Roly Poly. "Don't do that! I never asked for a little brother, and I certainly don't want one now." He stormed off again, clutching the walrus tooth tightly. "I'm coming too," said Monty. Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear. Monty crept up behind Roly Poly and snatched the walrus tooth right out of his paws. "Get lost!" yelled Roly Poly. "Get lost right now!" At precisely that moment, the ice beneath them groaned and cracked and broke in two. Monty began to drift away. Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to notice. The gap in the ice grew wider. "Help!" cried Monty. "Help!" Roly Poly pretended not to hear. "Help!" cried Monty again. At which point, Roly Poly could bear it no longer. "Don't cry, little Monty," he called out. "Please don't cry. I'm on my way." And Roly Poly leaped into the icy sea. From that day on, believe it or not, and in spite of everything that Monty does to Roly Poly, Roly Poly and his little brother lived happily ever after. Well, mostly. He still didn't like when his brother jumped all over him.
but he did love them.
What a cute little story. Roly Poly, the bear, the polar bear, he liked being alone, having no brothers or sisters, and then he got a new baby brother. And sometimes baby brothers or baby sisters, I know friends can kind of bother you sometimes, but you know what? They just look up to you and love you because you're their older sibling. Anyway, my friends, have fun with your friends and have fun with your little sisters and your little brothers because they do love you. See you next time.